Hello and welcome to my virtual card and a cuppa. My name is Fiona Whitten and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in Wokingham in Berkshire, UK. And I hold card and a cuppa events twice a month on the first and the third Wednesdays of the month. And then I go live in the afternoon and share the cards that, the samples that I took with me in the morning, and then I make a fourth card. So the way I run these is that everybody gets the same kit, and then I take, as I said, 3 samples of cards that have been made using that kit, so for inspiration. People can adapt if they want to, I really don't mind. And then so in the afternoon, then I make the fourth one. So this was the kit that is for the second one in October. So yeah, being October, it's time to make Christmas cards. So this is the second Christmas card and the second one for October. And it contains an envelope, because you can't send a card without an envelope. A thick, basic white card base. So this is simply a sheet of A4 cardstock. So the other half would be here. That's been cut in half and then scored and folded in half just to create the card base. It also contains a 10 by 10 centimetre piece of garden green, which has been embossed. Now, we emboss that using the Christmas Tidings Embossing Folder, and I'll show you that in a minute. There's also a die-cut piece of the Snowflake Magic Specialty Paper, a bear. Now the bear comes from the Walk in the Forest paper, which for those of you who don't know, it's one of Stampin' Up's give back items. So every year Stampin' Up do a give back program where they give back to the community, to the local communities, and money is donated per item, particular item that's sold. So for 2023, the give back item is the Walk in the Forest paper, and here in the UK, for every pack sold, there is £2.50 being donated to the Salvation Army. So that's that. And then there is another piece of paper which I stupidly forgot to write down what it came from, but I'll put it up later. So normally what happens is I do these Facebook Lives and then I will upload it to YouTube, and on there I will put all the cutting instructions and the names of things. So this will, so that information will be on in the description for the YouTube video, which is basically this, warts and all. So this is the embossing folder. Actually, I'm going to take it out because it's large enough to do a card front, which is nice. Now, this is where you say you can't see anything behind it. It's typical, isn't it? Let's try and find something that's got a dark background here. Hopefully you can see it now. Can you see it now? I'm trying to see it on my laptop. So it's got all sorts of things. So there's gingerbread men, or what man? So there's one there. Parcels, poinsettia, baubles, and then lots of words as well. And I like this because you can, if you want to, you can use it portrait, so then certain words can be read, or you can use it landscape when other words can be read. So on this, we've now got joyful holly, Christmas tree, tidings, Noel, mistletoe, all sorts of things. So this is a very versatile background, which is one of the reasons I decided to use it. And plus the fact, it's not often we use an embossing folder when it comes to card and a cuppa. So, so that was that. Right. Let's share the cards. So this is the first card that I took with me. Actually, I'm just going to put it down flat because then hopefully keep moving it down so that you can see it. Those of you who know me, this is my Let's Throw Everything at It card. Actually, no, thinking about it, this is my Let's Throw Everything at It card, because nothing's been done. Everything's been used as is. So simply the garden green embossed piece has been glued to the card front. We glued the circle, the die cut circle. Now I used the deckled edge circle dies, and to be honest, I missed these first time around when I was looking through the catalogue, but they're here right in the very corner of page 63 of the September to December catalogue. So these are them here, and the largest one is 14.6 centimetres, so actually would not fit on our card front, but not a standard card front. Great for 6x6 cards, that sort of thing, but if you think our cards are only 10.5 wide, so 14.6 would be sort of out here. That's not to say you can't sort of trim things and have bits hanging off and doing all sorts of things. There's lots of things you can do with it, but just don't expect to be able to do a nice big. You can do a big circle, it just has to be one of the smaller ones. So yes, so we've got the embossed piece, we've got the deckled edge circle, we've got the bear. Now everybody got a bear from, as I said, the Walk in the Forest paper, but some people had them looking left and some people had them looking right. So not everybody's bear was the same. And what's more, everybody had a bear that required fussy cutting. So, but don't worry, because I've actually already fussy cut mine, so that's not going to be an issue at all. I'm not going to hold things up. You're not going to have to sit there whilst I cut around things. So we've got the bear that has been added. So there's some Stampin dimensionals underneath there, and then a simple sentiment, wishing you a season of cheer. Now that comes from the Horse and Sleigh stamp set. It's that one. So the Horse and Sleigh bundle, so there's stamps, dies, and there's also some paper that goes with it. You'll find in the online exclusives. So you will not find this in a catalogue, just so you know. And then on the inside, cut down that strip of paper, and then it was used here, and it was also used on the envelope, just on the little bit on the flap, just to decorate that. So that was the first one. The second one required a bit of cutting. So instead of it being a 10 by 10 square, it's slightly smaller. So I think we took off a centimetre. So this is probably a 9 by 9. Let's just double check. Yep, it's a 9 by 9 square. So we've chopped that down. Now, when you're chopping down cardstock that has already been embossed, you need to be really careful. Especially if you're using a trimmer with a blade. If you've got a guillotine type trimmer, that's fine. That will slice through that really nicely. If you have just a straightforward up and down cutting blade, then you may really want to cut the cardstock first and then emboss it, just so that you don't catch on any of the letters and things like that and end up ripping the paper. So yeah, so it's been cut down. The circle, again, this time it's just been stuck in the middle, but before we did that, we cut some of the paper, made a little banner with it, put the bear right in the, well, not quite in the middle, he's almost walking off the circle, and then we've got a sentiment in tuxedo black on the bottom, and then what do we do? So this is the reverse side of the paper, so that's what that looks like, and stamped some very naked looking trees in the inside. So that was that one. I buried the third one. So the third one went landscape instead of portrait. as you can see. So again, you've got the whole of that embossed piece of garden green stuck to the card front. Actually took off part of the bottom of that circle and then glued it on, and you'll see, hopefully, that it's actually in line with the paper, with the embossed cardstock. And then the bear's been put on, so this is a bear that's going towards the right. And then the little Merry Christmas there comes from the cottage wreath stamp set. So I've just basically just been finding sentiments wherever I can that would fit in here. So the Merry Christmas, so this is the cottage wreath, which is what we used for the last card and a Cuppa kit. And then just a slight small piece of paper was put on the envelope, so, and then the rest was put on the inside. So those are the 3 cards that went to Card and a Cuppa this morning. And I think, oh, and then there's some festive pearls that was added to each of the cards. Just see, so we've used the silver ones here. But they come in silver, gold. I think there's 4 colours. I've buried them here. So we've got silver. The gold was normally down there, but they've all been used. And then there's like pearly. Actually, it's like a pale blue. And then we've got pink as well. Everyone says, oh, there's no pink. But when you get the packet, they're kind of hiding up the top. So that was the 3 cards, as I said. So I'm going to bring back in my kit. So this is the kit that I have. I'm going to swap this out for the bear because I don't think you really want to sit there and watch me cut. And then, question is, what am I going to do? Now I am, you know me, I do like to cut things. So I'm going to cut this in half. And I'm going to use, so I do have a tiny little Stampin' Up guillotine, which was a joining offer a while back. So these are not readily, well, they're not available unless you can find one where it's been retired. And so I'm just going to not cut this, I'm just going to trim this. So just using a guillotine just makes it so much easier. Now I could put them like that, but I'm actually going to split them like that. Now, do I want to, question is, do I want to use the paper? That's really pretty, but it's not very Christmassy or anything. So I'm going to use that stripe. And I need to cut that to be 10 centimetres wide. So that's that piece. I've done all my cutting, I think. So I'm going to put this at the bottom, that one at the top, and then hopefully this will, with a bit of jiggling of this around so that there's not, it doesn't end up being too large a gap between them. I think that will be about it. But of course, by the time I pick them up, put them back down again, everything will have moved. So I'm just going to glue these on, and I'm going to use my wet glue because that means I've got time to move things around should I need to. Which, knowing my eyesight and my glasses at the moment, I probably will. So I just want to do that. I'm going to put the other one at the bottom, and then I'm just going to put the other one in the middle. Hopefully with some equal spacing. I'm going to put that on there, like so. So I'll turn it that way so I can actually see what my spacing is, top and bottom. That's probably roughly it. And then this can go in the middle here. Make sure that I actually glue the right bit. Now I'm not going to have any, I have much paper left to decorate the inside of the card, so I'm going to have to stamp that. It's either that or I just go and get another bear. So that's going to go in the middle with him on top. And then the question is, well, you can go there, and I could stamp here, on here, if I can find something that is suitable. So we've got the Merry Christmas there, and we've got Wishing You a Season of Cheer here. And I think that actually may be a little bit too long. That's it. No. There we go. Wishing You a Season of Cheer. That's a tiny bit too long. So that's not much good. What else have I got here? So, okay, so sitting on my desk, because obviously you're not necessarily going to have the stamp sets that I have sitting around, so you just need to find something that would fit in here. So I'm going to put on that Sending Wishes for a Wonderful and Joyous Season. I've not used this stamp. Well, I have used it a couple of times, but not that particular stamp. So let's put the thing on the back. So if you've never used any Stampin' Up! Cling mount or clear mount stamps, then you'll find that they're red rubber, and it just the name just refers to the fact that it sits on a clear block. And then in the pack, in the box, you will find a sheet that's just basically got the stickers to put on the back of the stamps. Now these stickers are really sticky as well, so be warned. Once you've put them on the stamp, you are not going to get them off. I mean, there are ways. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Many people say you can put them in the microwave and heat them up, but that's not necessarily a good idea. Now a block will fit on that one. And I'm going to use some black. I'm going to use my tuxedo black. Let's just double check it, see how it's stamping. Oh, that's good. I know, I sound surprised. I'm going to try and fit it sort of close to the top, because I want to put the bear on the bottom. Hopefully this will work. Oh, not very well, but this is where I need to go and find another one. Here's one I made earlier, but I think it's probably too fine a sentiment. If I had my old thing that I could just keep repeating, my Stamparatus, then I could do that. So maybe I won't stamp that sentiment on there. I can't really hide it with the, yeah. So if you're going to do this, you probably need to make sure that it's not got so much silver on. So this one might work a bit better. So let's try it on that. Famous last words, but hey, I'm going for a laugh. So try and get it so that it's all up towards that bit there where it's more white rather than the silver. The other way to do it would be to heat emboss it. That's a bit better. Sending wishes for a wonderful, joyous season. So hopefully you can just about make that out. So there's my bear. I'm going to put him like that. I think I'm going to add that on with some dimensionals. Just got what's left of my sheet. Oops, make sure I have it the right way round. Hopefully that's kind of okay. So if I put the bear on, I want to put him on with dimensionals, but I don't want to put one behind his head, because otherwise if I then need to put double height on his bottom, which I don't really want to do. I just want to be able to have him sitting on there like that. Now, do I really want to cut a few up? Where are my scissors? Well, it wouldn't be a virtual card in a cup if I can't find the scissors. So if you just trim off the edge, and then you've got little bits that you can put in his legs to support him. And you know he's not going to go. He's only got 4 legs. So then it's okay. That will hold him up. Then I will put a bit of glue on his head so that glues then to the sentiment piece here. That's the other one. That's that. Take those bits off. And a bit of glue. I only just use this. There we go. I only need a little bit. So if you've got any questions, just leave a comment, and if I spot it before I finish, I will answer. If not, then I promise to go back and reply later. So that's my bear. So he's on there. I think I need to put some of those little pearls on, those festive pearls. I think I'm going to go, seeing as this has got silver in it, I am going to go for silver. And yes, it says red and green adhesive backed, but it's not. These are actually festive pearls, so if you go looking for them in the catalogue, they're in the annual catalogue, you will find them there as festive pearls. I'm going to put one there on that parcel, actually. That would be quite sweet. One, two, three, four. Oh, I've got to do another one, haven't I? 5. Right, that will be that. So there's that. Then I need to do something inside and also the envelope. And of course I've used virtually all of this paper. And I'm trying to figure out, I could put some little banners in that corner. I don't think I'm going to get many out, but I can certainly chop this in half. How many centimetres? 3 centimetres. So, well, maybe I won't be able to. I'll then end up putting 2 in then. Want them different. Different widths. So if you just cut up the middle and then go from the point to the corner points and then up to that bit that you just cut up the middle to, you might going to end up with Can have a long piece. I think I need to cut that. I want that to be shorter. So I'm just going to put those inside my card like that. And then I can honestly say that I have used everything. So if you have scrap bits of cardstock paper, I mean, you can do this on just to decorate your card even, let alone just doing it for the inside. As I said, it probably should really have 3 bits, but hey. I've only got 2, but I'm going to do that. And I've only glued the top portions, I haven't glued the bottom part. So if you wanted to, you could sort of curl them up. I know if you're posting them, they'll get flattened. But if you're not, then you should be good to go, except for the fact that they're not straight. Wet glue to the rescue. That's it. There we go. That's that, and then I have no idea what I'm going to do with the envelope. Could just put a sentiment on there. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. So what have we got here? This was the wishing you a season of cheer. There you go. I know most people just end up ditching their envelopes as soon as they open them, but hey, it's nice to be able to send something that has got. And I'm just going to use some, I think I'm just going to use some garden green ink. So yeah, I've still got my old garden green ink pad. It's still good. It is foam, but it's the old style. I might just need to re-ink it. There we go. Wishing you a season of cheer. So that is my virtual card and a Cuppa card. So we've got 3 from earlier, and then this is my 4th that I have just made. I've buried them somewhere. Okay, so we have one that is, I'm just not going to bother with the envelopes because they all seem to take up a lot of space. 1, 2. Hopefully you can see them like this. That one. And I have to do it like that, I think, just so that you can see it. I'm hoping you can. I think so. So these 3 here are the ones that were the samples that got taken this morning, and then this is the 4th one that I have just made. So thank you for watching. Next week, Wednesday, will be a Stampin' and Creating Day. And so I'll have lots of things to share with you. And there was one other thing I needed to mention. Oh yes, so this month sees a really good starter kit offer from Stampin' Up. It's their 35th anniversary this month. And you have a choice if you would like to purchase a starter kit. You can either get 35% off the cost, or you can have 35% more in your order. So that's worth thinking. That offer ends on the 31st of October, just so you know. And then I've got more things coming out. I need to post details of next card and the Cuppas, 20th, which is Friday, is the last day for ordering your kits for November. And also I have a class in November, which I need to get that information out too. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.